Okay. We want to go and do the tall neck over here.
Oh my god, how big is this game?
Pretty big.
Got one.
That's too big. There's too much game.
It is too much.
It's too much. You don't even have a motorcycle.
We
This
do
is
have
why
horses.
This is why the Zelda game's better. Remember, this released almost right alongside,
Yeah, it came out
Zelda.
like within the same month.
And that's rough because Breath of the Wild was perfect.
Like, I feel like this game was also really good, and nobody talked about it because they didn't.
Okay.
Like,
I need to get up.
the Breath of the Wild just dominated conversations everywhere. It was just...
but it sold well, right? Like, it was a pretty successful game.
Alright, we need to get onto that tall neck. So you can see in this particular tall neck area, it's actually the cultists are here trying to, I don't know, kill it. It's not really clear what they're doing. Whoop.
They're not really trying very hard.
Have we started the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've just been farting around. I haven't put on my serious internet critic classes.
I didn't know you still had those.
No, I mean, I've spent a lot of money for them, so, I mean, what am I going to do? Throw them out? Just because they don't fit my prescription
I don't think
anymore?
I'm supposed to be able to get up here. Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. We're not stuck permanently, just temporarily. How do I get up there?
Do you need to?
I think that's one of the areas you can jump up onto the tall neck from. Oh, we'll just go over here.
There's a rappel thing. I think you're supposed to take that rope down. So, like, if you look up, there's a rappel thing from where you are, where you're headed. So you take that
I found
rope down.
one arrow. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hello.
That's a lot of exclamation points.
Yeah. Whoa.
Honestly, if that many people are trying to kill you, as a general rule, I think it's a good idea to just kind of pack it in and call it a day. That's one thing about video games, you know?
How do I...
Desensitizes you to quantity of people actively trying to murder you specifically.
Says the dude who literally just threw 180 hobgoblins at us.
What can I say? Dungeons & Dragons was the original video game. Also, did you feel desensitized to those 180 hobgoblins?
I sure as hell am, because they killed me without my ability to even respond.
That's true. You probably did not actually feel the arrows.
I didn't even know it was arrows. I was just informed you guys are all dead now.
I mean, it was academic. If the arrows didn't kill you, the first rank most likely would have anyhow. It's like looks like you bought a you bought a roll to a war game, son. What I feel sorry for is the dungeon masters who had to pay 200 hobgoblin miniatures just in case they came up.
Get ready.
Give me that.
Oh
Yep,
my god, this
got-
is the worst part of the game. And by this, I
So
don't
the
mean
cool
this
bit-
level,
Oh, damn it,
mean-
it's already over there.
human fights. Like, the game spends so
Oh,
much
they're
time on this
shooting at me.
living, breathing world of, like, scavengers and a post-apocalypse hundreds of years removed after the fall of man. And then, like, parts of it are just sort of like, you're a badass lady walking around with a chain gun like you're the Terminator, And it just sort of undercuts all of the world building that has been done for the past, like, 40 hours.
Yeah, plus, like, it's too symmetrical. Like, a human taking on all of these badass animal robots is kind of like, oh, she's really good at fighting robots. A person taking on 30 people is just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, she's not a chosen one in terms of, like, fighting people or anything. There's no reason she should be able to do this.
Yeah, it's, you know, and in all honesty, obviously, of course, it'd probably be easier to take on 30 dumbasses than it would be to fell like a giant bird dragon. But, you know, because we've never had to fight a bird dragon, or because we have no idea what it would be like to fight a bird dragon, it's easier to swallow. And it's not that there's suddenly something implausible
I don't
about
want to go this
like,
way. No.
a video game protagonist winning fights, but it was okay all the years before. Now it's just like it gives the game a very different feel.
I don't think I can catch up to it. Damn it.
Was that
Snipe
Don't
people
Mind
with the
Me?
Deathbringer gun?
Because of the giraffe thing. Hey, it worked.
Out of ammo.
No ammo.
Also, it looks like a giant World War II turret. Like, it looks... Everything else is so meticulously designed to look like it got torn off of one of these machines. Their armor is... And then just some game designer somewhere in their back rooms is like, you know what would be awesome? If she had a giant minigun.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like we needed a heavy weapon in the game. Heavy artillery.
Really just... When are they gonna make the medieval game where you, like, decapitate a bunch of squatties with your sword and then rip a trebuchet off the ground and start slinging giant projectiles and pieces of masonry at the enemy army?
It was called No Human and Nobody... No Honor. For Honor. That's the word. Not... Ignore me.
You're trying to
I thought you were gonna
say 3 different game names there, Chris.
I was trying to say For Honor, but somehow Too Human came up in my head because we were also talking about post-apocalyptic robot societies, and I got confused.
For Honor would be much better if it had 2 humans combat mechanics.
Okay.
No, it would not. Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
Do you mean the other way
That
around?
that was sarcasm. I was, like, 2 human is still kind of hilarious to me. Like, the problem with that game for me is that, like, it is sort of the punchline already.
They're giving up.
It's really hard to see those
giving up,
yellow
yeah.
parts with the...
Yeah. So the cool thing about this that I didn't realize is that this is gonna blow up and murder everybody. Tunnelnecks are cold-blooded killers.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what?
See
No.
this big burst coming out of it? Everybody's dead now.
Oh, you mean like all the crappy dudes at the base or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
the Tunnelneck's
okay,
not gonna
whatever.
blow up, but it is gonna send a pulse that kills everybody.
I think it's not that the Tunnelneck is a killer, it's more just that the level designers wanted to secure your save point. It's a quality of life thing to make sure that you don't trigger the event and then die by some rando
I
down here.
guess.
I guess that makes
Sorry,
Or
I
sense.
we
feel like
can
I
just
cut you
say
off,
the
Alex.
Tolmecs are killers. Oh, wait, what?
Oh, maybe not. You were saying something while I was climbing it about how tough it is to see the
Oh,
yellow
yeah,
things,
when it's...
which I totally agree with.
Which, yeah, like, especially in this environment where the sunrise or the
Yeah.
sunset. Because everything kind of... I don't know. We
Yeah,
always
the
we gotta
yellows
stop
are-
complaining about the lighting, because I feel like we've hammered it home, but like...
I mean, aside from, you know, I mean, the lighting is great right now, aside from the fact that they decided that yellow would be a good color for the climbing.
I mean, of course, it's beautiful.
I do kind of love the approach that the latest Tomb Raider game has for that mechanic.
What's that?
Have you been playing it?
No, but I saw it on Twitter. That's where I get all my game news. I don't play any games. No, they have that thing where depending on your difficulty setting, it goes from like really, really bright white to almost invisible, depending on what difficulty setting it is. So you can either have it be painfully telegraphed,
yeah.
or have it go down to like, basically, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah, like a
I prefer
collection difficulty level.
That's nice, because it allows a lot of different variability in playstyle, and allows people who would just prefer that the art style be preserved, which I think is a very valid concern, kind of have that above interface design. I got a question. How do you guys feel about compasses as opposed to mini-maps?
For what purpose?
For the purposes of just playing an open world game and spotting collectibles, items of interest, areas of interest, enemies.
I like compasses, but there are applications where mini-maps are really important. Like, I don't want to play GTA without a mini-map.
Sure, yeah, that's reasonable. The GTA, you know, there's all the streets and stuff you have to navigate quickly.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on the game, but if you put a gun to my head, I'd say I'd prefer design spaces over either.
These will keep.
That's the Zen answer.
This must be pitch.
Like,
Marad's
the-
agents will be at
Do you prefer compasses or mini-maps in open world games? I don't like open world games. Okay.
okay, if we're talking strictly open world games, I think it's just as context sensitive. I think it depends on what your game is trying to do. I think something like Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is more interested in exploration and emergent play, benefits from having a vague compass indicator that says, travel westward, young Link, and find some crap to do, versus something like Grand Theft Auto, where you said, you know, which street you're on is very important, so you need to know exactly where to go and exactly how to get there, which is different than a game that encourages exploration. Grand Theft Auto, for its beautiful open world, is not really about exploration. It hasn't been since Grand Theft Auto 3.
When you said design spaces, how I interpreted that was, for items like things like collectibles and, you know, landmarks, you like them to be emergent from the design of the area around you, as opposed to having to be signposted explicitly by icons and by interface elements.
Yeah.
Right.
So, a good example of that off the top of my head might be something like, but not exactly, maybe, whatchamajigger, Shadow of the Colossus, where they sort of point you towards specific landmarks that are off in the distance, and you can sort of follow them that way.
And they were in a hurry.
So if you remember what's going on here,
Are we on the
last
good
time
Erend
we
quest?
went with... Yes.
Yeah!
We're on the Erend quest. Last time we went with Erend to discover that his sister is not actually dead, but someone went to great lengths to make it look like she was dead, and Blameless Marad, the fun advisor to Sun King Avad, who we met last time, also
I think he drew a map. of his
suggested that it might be this Oseram tinkerer named Derval, who really hates
Could be
Erend and
Derval's
Ersa.
My men are waiting outside of town. I'll grab them and meet you there.
So we came here to what's this place called? Pitchcliff, to find Marad's guy, but we've discovered that he is not dead. But he painted a map with his own blood, very convenient, and also more blood, to go to Derval's camp, which is just right over here. So that is what we're doing. And I'm not going to jump on my horse/bull thing because I want to try to get some heals going. Which involves picking up altogether too many plants.
Can't you buy them?
Nope. If I could, I would be doing so. You can buy potions.
You can buy rando boxes that might have them in there.
No, it's not like you don't. Those don't give you resources on your bars. This is like filling up that green bar under my health. And I push a button and make it.
They don't drop green plant matter.
No.
Oh.
All right. Well, may also be doing this. Oh, fuck.
Well, you had to piss them off both.
Better that neither of them have a gun than one.
See, at least this actually comes from the animal, and also is dealing a ton of tear damage, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a little goofy looking, but it doesn't feel as out of place as I have a minigun.
I wonder if we can just carry one of these into... Uh-oh.
Try me now.
May have pissed off slightly more. Also, I think that's another stormbird up there, so that's neat.
Stormbirds are mean.
Oh yeah, we fought one of those last time.
We did, and surprisingly, we did not win.
We kind of didn't win either, because... like, some NPC stole the kill from us.
Right, it was almost like some mysterious force conspired just to, like, douse every last ember of satisfaction we could have gotten out of Mac.
But I mean, just look at how much more dynamic and interesting these fights are than 10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. I would have been fine
Sure.
if this
Although-
game had no human combat in it.
I will say you've gotten a little too good at this. Your min-maxing of using these guns is just like tearing them to shreds.
Well, this is what happens when the game drops too many Ravagers everywhere.
You know what? If literally after like a decade of doing this, if literally the worst criticism we come up with is that Josh is playing the game too well, I feel like we have to draw some satisfaction from that.
Oh, mine now.
I think we need to like get off on that floor.
I'll get this. No.
Also, I don't know what it is about those animations, but they're really satisfying.
They're very fluid.
I'm usually not a fan of like death murder animations, but when they work, I like them. Like in Doom 2016, they work, and here they work. And part of that is that they're really brief, and not too so ridiculously gratuitous that they repeat very often. But there's also just something fundamentally satisfying about the way they feel when you do them.
How is everyone so wrong about Doom 2016?
What does that mean?
No, like how... I don't mean afterwards. I think the consensus was spot on, and that game was excellent. But leading up to it, you know, everything about that game looked like a red flag. Like the whole idea of making like canned animations for killing enemies in melee be an essential part of a Doom game sounded perverse.
Yeah, I think a lot of the negative buzz was a result of the fact that this was like version 4 of a game that had been in dev hell for years.
Right.
Yeah, everybody was expecting a Duke Nukem Forever. Or a... There was a Quake 4, right? Did anyone play that game?
I played... I think I beat it. Oh god, Quake 4 was bad.
Like when I learned that the chainsaw could only be used for canned animations to finish off enemies, like that was actually when I was kind of like, okay, this game's gotta kind of suck, isn't it?
Maybe I can use them to make some trouble. I'll go in first.
It's like all along, all of these developers have been leading up to try to develop this kind of game, and they finally kind of made it work. It's like we finally slipped into the alternate reality where this awesome bro game that all of these huge studios were trying to make actually got made.
This is one of those sections that encourages you to use stealth. Can we get up close enough to these things to override them? Machines that have been captured.
Derval's men.
I hope so.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
Uh-oh. Wait, it's red, but it's not coming towards you?
Oh, it was, chained down until I freed it.
Intruders! Unleash the machines! Shoot their chains!
Okay, it'd be cool if... Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that was kind of awesome.
And then Erend's just slowly striding into the camp.
Taste this!
Taste this! I would describe that as one of the moments, like, not entirely in concordance with the tone of this game. Hearing someone shout, "Taste this!"